Hey everyone, welcome to the short presentation of Histoire. So yeah, you pronounce it Histoire. It's a French word for story. We quite like French name in the Vue ecosystem, all part of a big plan to make you learn French. Anyway, what is this all about? Histoire is a tool to write stories, but what is a story? So a story is just a small set of UI components displayed in an isolated environment. And this can have a lot of benefits. For example, when you want to build some kind of component for your application, you don't have to mine off the context. You can extract the component to a story, then focus on the features you're building without mining about the integration. And when everything's done, you can import your components back into your application anywhere you want. Another cool benefit is that you have all your components organized in a centralized library so that anyone in your team can see what components are available to them and how they can use it. Because you can document the features of your components so that a developer can see what arguments each component has, any slot they have, and they can tweak those values in real time right into your browser to see how they react. You can also showcase some different use cases of those components using what we call variant. Lastly, you can test your components so that you make sure you don't have visual regression during the development of your application. But why Histoire? There are other frameworks to build stories. What makes Histoire different from them? Well, the first thing is that Histoire is native to Vite projects, so it's super easy to install. You just have to install the package, and by default, it will look up for the Vite configuration file of your project, so you can make it work without any configuration whatsoever. It's also blazing fast because it's using Vite, so you have milliseconds to start the servers, and then you have instant automated reloads thanks to Vite. It's also super easy to learn. Stories are basically Vue single file components ending with .story.vue, so there's absolutely no surprise. You can see a lot of examples on the documentation website. It's also feature complete because you have a ton of features to test responsive design, to test your custom events, to save some custom states. So everything is ready to use without any need for any third-party plugin. And lastly, it's 100% customizable. You can customize the look of your Histoire application so that it can match your brand theme, your brand logo, anything. Here's a super simple example of a story file where you just have to put your component there, just like in any Vue single file component. And if you need a reactive state, you can put controls under the control slots here. And there are pre-built controls components like this Histoire text, but you can put anything under the slot. So let me show you some of the cool features from Histoire, starting with the most useful features ever, the dark mode. Then you have the search bar to quickly access your story. Here you have a grid layout with several variants. If you click on one, you can update it, and you see that it's automatically reacting on the browser. You can, of course, copy-paste the generated code to be used right into your application. Also, you can notice this little bot. It's meaning that these props are automatically detected from the components, so you don't have to manually create those. Then you have a lot of controls to manipulate your props, some kind of sliders, some kind of radio, some kind of selects, etc. You can also save the states, the updated states, so that you can quickly toggle between the initial states and the state you just saved. If you have some kind of tailwind setups, Histoire will generate a bunch of super cool documentation for it. You can also write documentation for stories in Markdown. It will appear here. You can test the responsiveness of your components using these sliders, and there's also a lot of presets to change the resolution you're testing. There's also events that you can display here. You can change the background colors. You can use checkerboard. There's a ton of features. I only have so much time to show them all, so I think I will stop there. I'm Hugo, and I've been building Histoire with Guillaume. And truth is, he built 90% of it, and he's awesome, so go sponsor him on GitHub. Also, anyone up to contribute to Histoire is welcome, so feel free to join our Discord. If you want to dive deeper into Histoire, be sure to check out our post-conference talk with Guillaume, where I'll explain a lot more cool stuff. Thanks for listening.